Okay, this video will demonstrate a typical case flow through our AI-powered online divorce mediation lawyer platform. Now, what will happen initially is that either you or your spouse partner will dial 1-800-DIVORCE and be connected to our closest online divorce mediation lawyer to you. During that conversation, the law firm will ask you questions about your situation, about your divorce case itself. Clearly, it will not at that point be an uncontested divorce. There will be some conflicts involved. And providing that you and your spouse are not violent with each other or too emotional with each other, this platform is likely to be one that is successful for you and will provide you with the best mix of tech and lawyer support. So during that conversation, the first conversation you have with the law firm, they will assess what's involved in your case, and if appropriate, they will offer you multiple low flat fee unbundled packages which will contain certain services that they will perform for you for a fixed fee. You'll consider those packages and hopefully pick the one that suits you best. You will make payment. You will sign a neutral divorce mediation retainer agreement, and your attorney will then come to his website. You're looking at a sandbox example of that now, and he will create two accounts, one for each of you. When that happens, each of you will receive an account opening email, which will look a lot like this. Of course, this will be your lawyer's name, logo, coloration, etc. here, not this sandbox lawyer account. Most importantly, the account opening email will have your user ID and password that you'll need to log into your account, your email account that you used to hire the law firm, and a link which, if you click it, will take you directly back to this page. You would then click on where it says login, and you would enter your user ID from the account opening email and the password, and you would log in. And you'll notice that on the left-hand side here is a description of how our AI-powered divorce mediation process works. So that's a good that's a good thing to read. Logout button is here. 2 interview progress bars, one yours, one your spouse's. Each one of you, by logging into his or her account, will be able to see how far the other one has gone in the process. Here is your client menu, and because this interview has in fact been completed by both of you, you can see that here on the interview progress bars. When you log in after that's happened, your interview is collapsed, but you can still come here, click on client interview, click on page by page interview, and that will open up all of the interview pages on in the client menu on the left of your screen on a laptop or desktop screen. Okay, when you first log in, on the very first login before you've done anything, this link right here will say begin interview. It doesn't say that anymore, of course, because you've completed the interview. So you would click on begin interview, and that would take you to the very first page in your interview, and that's namely my full legal name, relationship type, and points of contact. There are basically 2 ways for you to go through this interview. Most people, I suspect, use both of these methods, and one of those methods is simply to go top to bottom. Just answer all of the questions top to bottom on each page, and then move to the next page by clicking one of the next buttons. Every interview page has two next buttons, one top and one bottom. When you click one of those next buttons, the system will check to make sure that everything here has been completed. If it hasn't, it'll give you a red error message right here, and it will tell you what's missing, and there'll be an asterisk next to a red asterisk next to the sections or section that has not been completed. So it's really easy to see what's missing. You would go back, fill that information in, click the next button, and once again that would check everything is complete. It would save that securely across an encrypted connection to our US-based server and move you that fast to the next page. You can proceed through the interview in that way. It's not a bad way to go. You just go top to bottom on each page, and you go top to bottom in your interview list of pages. When you've completed each of your interview pages, you'll see a check mark in the box in the client menu adjacent to that page name, and that pretty much tells you that page has been completed. The second way for you to move through this interview is to jump around. Most people do jump around a little bit. There's something about, for example, the child custody page that seems to cause a lot of people to go directly to that. The system allows you to jump around as much as possible, but bear in mind that some of these pages towards the bottom of the interview absolutely rely on data that has already been entered in some of these pages on the top of the interview. So if you encounter one of those pages, when you click on it, it'll tell you, slow down, we can't process this page yet. You need to go back to a certain page, probably closer to the top of the menu, complete that page, and then come back to this page, and you'll be able to complete that page. When you think you are done, and the two main indications are this progress bar right here, 29 pages completed out of a total of 29 pages, and of course the list of interview pages itself. And there's a check mark in all of these boxes. This link right here, by the way, will say check my interview. You'll check on that, and you'll click on that, I should say, and it'll check to make sure that everything has been completed. An email will be sent to your lawyer to tell the lawyer that both of you have completed your interviews and that you are ready to proceed to the mediation process in the on the platform. What will happen then is that your lawyer will log in to your account, and his login is relatively close to what yours is. There are some extra things here, notably this button that says activate the mediation process. Once both of you have completed your interviews and you've checked your interview and the lawyer has received that email to activate him and let him know it's time to begin the mediation process, he will come in to your account. He will click activate the mediation process and download the mediation settlement blueprint. What this document does basically is to list in an orderly fashion that can be read and parsed by our AI machine the proposals and the data that are involved in your case. Your proposals will be on the left-hand side. Your spouse partner's proposals will be on the right-hand side. Some of this towards the top is simply data marriage, data separation, that type of thing. As you move further down, you can see this is an 11-page divorce mediation settlement blueprint. You'll notice that it tells you in the middle column what each of the rows are for, and then it will provide each party's proposals for what will happen to whatever is listed here in the center column. And that will enable the AI machine to tell where the conflicts lie. Now, when you move down here and we get to issues on which perhaps both of you will not offer a proposal, you'll notice that if both of you do offer proposals, they will be adjacent to each other. Again, yours on the left, his or hers on the right. But if only one of you suggests a proposal to a particular item, then it will only appear on the side of that party's proposals. The reason for all of this is that it makes it easier and faster for our AI machine to read all of your data. This is very financially based, by the way. You can pause the video here and take a look at some of this stuff. It's extremely financially oriented, and equalization of division of community property settlement proposals are fairly consistent in these settlement blueprints, and also in our AI machines settlement proposals. So when your lawyer creates this document, and here is the indication of that document having been created at 3:46 p.m. Your lawyer will receive this email telling him that he has done what he has just done, and then anywhere between 1 and 4 minutes later, that's how fast this is. You can see that this didn't even get to 1 full minute. Not even 1 full minute after your lawyer clicked that begin the mediation process button, our divorce mediation machine has sent back to your lawyer, only to your lawyer at this point, a mediation settlement proposal for your user ID. The conflicts that exist between you and your spouse will be listed here. There are 3 or 6 of them in this particular case, and then our AI machine will propose completely emotionlessly, of course, and hopefully in the fairest manner possible to reach settlement. We'll make proposals as to what you can do in each of these 6 conflicted areas. Your lawyer now, a very important step, will step in, read and think about these settlements, will make changes where he, as a California lawyer, considers they are necessary. He'll make additions if necessary, subtractions if necessary, and this is your lawyer's input to the negotiation process. Those changes will then be sent by your lawyer to you and your spouse. Hopefully then you and your spouse will read the proposals for settlement, discuss them between you, hopefully that's possible, and reach a settlement on some or all of these issues. Now, you won't reach immediate settlement on all issues typically in just one path through the divorce mediation process. It's going to take multiple passes through that system. But let's say that after the first pass, you agree to settle on 2 of the lesser conflicted issues. So you and your spouse will talk, you'll discuss, and you will make settlement, and you will advise your lawyer what it is that you have settled upon. Your lawyer will then come back to your user account, and he will log in, and he will go to the individual interview pages where your recent settlements occur. He will then make changes in those pages. Let's say that there is a settlement of an issue that is in the property and debt requests. He will come to this page, and on whatever item of property or debt you and your spouse have now agreed, your lawyer will come and adjust the data that's in here to ensure that the next time your lawyer clicks on activate the mediation process and download the mediation settlement blueprint, the two issues on which you've agreed will no longer appear because they're no longer conflicted issues. Rinse and repeat what I just said until all of your conflicts have been settled between you and your spouse. If that can happen, it is a major victory for the two of you. Number one, you've saved $5, $10, probably $15,000 each on a litigated or court-appointed mediator case. Two, this is going to take you days or weeks instead of months or even possibly years to get through the process if there's too much emotion or if neither one of you is prepared, give and take, to make a settlement. Thirdly, obviously, far less stress. This is not of course, any divorce is a stressful process. This is not as stressful as a litigated divorce process. And fourthly, and I don't know, I kind of think this is an important thing, and maybe you do, maybe you don't, you're not getting ordered around by someone, okay? You haven't paid $15,000 or $20,000 for your two lawyers to do their dance on your credit cards and take you to court where some judge is going to order you what to do or order you to court-appointed mediation where the court-appointed mediator is going to order you what to do. You don't want that. You don't have to like each other. Obviously, you're getting a divorce. You don't have to like each other to be smart enough to realize that you don't want other people who don't know you to be bossing you around. Avoid that. Reduce costs, reduce stress, reduce time, and nobody pushes you around. You make your own decisions in this process. Okay. When you have gone through this process that I've just outlined a sufficient number of times and you have reached settlement on everything, your lawyer will come into your account and he will flick a switch which will change the case from a mediation case to an uncontested divorce case. Then he will log back in, just like before, 36509 I think it was, 1, 2, 3, 4. Log into the download panel, just like before. You'll notice that the Activate Divorce Mediation button has gone, and now only your interview progress bar is here. And by the way, one page has been added as a result of your lawyer changing it to an uncontested divorce. However, you don't need to worry about that. That's not going to cause you any problems, and your lawyer knows that. He will come down here, and because he has gone into your interview and changed every page where an originally conflicted issue has now been resolved and settled between you. Everything in this interview is now no longer divorce mediation. It is uncontested divorce. And he can come down here, click the button that says MSA for Marital Settlement Agreement, which is the most important document in your divorce. Your Marital Settlement Agreement is the document that effectively becomes your divorce judgment. The judge in your divorce case will sign off on the Marital Settlement Agreement, and I'll show you what that looks like here. And okay, This is your marital settlement agreement. All issues in your case, which have now been settled, are contained in this document. Both of you will sign this document, hopefully, and you will let your lawyer know that the marital settlement agreement has been signed. It's the most important document in your case because it becomes your divorce judgment. The judge will countersign this later in the process, and it effectively becomes your divorce judgment. So when this document is signed, that terminates the neutral divorce mediation retainer agreement that you had both signed with the lawyer before. The lawyer will now approach the one of you who is going to be his or her divorce client, and he is now ready to process your uncontested divorce. You now have an uncontested divorce as a result of this process, and he is ready to process that for you. And here are the different steps that he will take. There are 3 batches of documents in most cases, and he will come through here sequentially, and he will download each batch, and you'll sign it. They'll be filed at court. It's a process that he will handle for you. But most importantly, guess what? You have an uncontested divorce case, and all of your data is already in this account. You don't have to enter your data again. It's done. It's a simple, low-stress process. Again, a low flat fee for the uncontested divorce, and you've saved yourself thousands and thousands of dollars, both of you. Okay, I hope that has provided you with enough information for you to make your decision to determine that our AI-powered online divorce mediation platform is a good way to save money. It's the correct mix of tech and lawyer. You have a lawyer on your team, but you reduce cost and time by using the AI platform. I hope that this has given you enough information to enable you to make that decision, and I thank you for watching and listening.